In today's class, we will discuss about the further remaining grinding processes and how the grinding wheel is being designated. Okay. So before going ahead with the today's class, we will have a brief discussion of the last class what we have learned regarding grinding. In the previous classes of grinding chapter, we discussed about working principle of grinding and also definition of grinding. First of all, we had a discussion regarding definition of grinding. After that, we discussed about the working principle of grinding. Also, grinding is regarded as a finishing process. This also has been explained in detail. Okay. So, how the grinding has been regarded as a finishing process means because it is a grinding is a finishing process. In which way it is a finishing process? For obtaining desired surface finish and accuracy in sizes and geometrical configuration. Okay. So in this way, grinding can also be treated as a finishing process and also one of the most important finishing processes. This also we discussed. We also discussed about the grinding. With the help of grinding process, we can remove small quantities of material. I repeat, with the help of grinding process, we can remove small quantities of material only. Okay. So, in other words, it implies that a fine surface finish of the product is achieved. Okay. We also had a discussion regarding grinding wheel. We will treat grinding wheel as a multi-point cutting tool instead of single point cutting tool. Okay. So in our earlier finishing process chapter, there we will use only single point cutting tool, whereas in this grinding technique, grinding wheel itself is regarded as a multi-point cutting tool. Why it is regarded as a multi-point cutting tool? That also has been explained, because over the circumference of the grinding wheel, abrasive grains are bonded to each other. There will be so many abrasive grains that are bonded to each other. Okay, with a suitable bond. With a suitable bond. Why I here? Why he I? Why here I am focusing on a suitable bond means we also discussed about the different types of bonds. Different types of bonds that were holding the uh, what we call abrasive grains close in tight condition over the circumference of the grinding wheel, so that only these abrasive grains can remove the material. Without the abrasive grains, there will be no uh, chance of removing the material from the given surface finish. Okay, and also we discussed um, purpose of grinding. Also we discussed purpose of grinding. So in the purpose of grinding, what is the main purpose of grinding? So the main purpose of grinding is to bring the component to the required size. Simply saying, bring the component to size. That is the first main purpose of the grinding. So like that various purposes we discussed, and also we discussed about the advantages and limitations of grinding. If you look at the advantages of grinding, so will yes, a smooth surface finish can be produced with the cheaper cost. And if you look at the limitations of grinding, there will be high amount of heat accumulated between the surfaces of grinding wheel and this particular what we call our object or component. So that is the limitation of grinding. Like this, so many advantages and limitations we have discussed. Also we discussed about the abrasives. What is abrasive? That also we discussed. So abrasive is a non-metallic part which is used to remove the material in small quantities, and these abrasives are in the form of grains. These abrasives are in the form of grains. So that these abrasive grains are having some distance in between the grains. So if these abrasive grains maintain the distance between the grains, we can say that it is a porous abrasive grains. If the distance is not maintained between the abrasive grains, then it is known as a non-porous abrasive grains. In the porous abrasive grains, the material removal will be taken in the form of chips coming out from those porous abrasive grains. So that also we discussed. We also discussed about types of abrasives. First one is natural abrasive. Second one is artificial abrasives. In natural abrasives, we are having that those abrasives which we will find abundantly in the universe. These abrasives are called natural abrasives. So examples for the natural abrasives are sandstone, our emery paper. So how emery paper will be treated as a natural abrasive, that also we discussed. So if we have any rust on our any household utensils or any our bike or any metal part, this emery paper will be applied on the rusted portion to and fro This emery paper will be applied on the rusted portion and to and fro motion will be taken place, therefore thereby removing the rust so that the surface gets shined. Okay, this is what about the natural abrasive called emery paper. Another natural abrasive is diamond. So as you are all very well know that diamond is the hardest material in the universe. On the earth that is available, the hardest material that is available on the earth is diamond. So this is also natural abrasive. Why? Because what is the function of abrasive? Natural basically the function of abrasives is to cut the metal. So here diamond will also cut any type of metal irrespective of the hardness. So that is the reason diamond is also treated as a natural abrasive. Then there will be another natural abrasive that is called corundum. So there will be some mines. From those mines, this corundum will be extracted, and this is also a natural abrasive. So apart from these natural abrasives, we will also have the artificial abrasives. Okay. So artificial abrasives, strictly speaking, even though we have so many artificial abrasives, broadly used, or you can say widely used artificial abrasives in the industry are silicon carbide and aluminum oxide. Okay. So these two artificial abrasives are widely used abrasives. Okay. Then we also discussed various types of bonds which are used to hold the abrasive grains, like vitrified bond, which will be denoted by a capital V, shellac bond, that also will be denoted by capital G, and also resinide bond, oxychloride bond, like this various bonds which will be used to hold the abrasive grains on the circumference of the grinding wheel, that also we discussed in the previous classes. So coming back to the present class, I want to focus on the how the grinding wheel will be designated. That means if you want to purchase a grinding wheel in the market, so how to purchase a grinding wheel as per our requirement. So in order to achieve that, every grinding wheel is being designated with alphanumeric method. For example, I am saying there is one grinding wheel which is designated by capital W, capital C, 54, capital M, number 3, capital V, and 17. So all these alphabets. So all these alphabets and numbers are written sequentially, one after other. So there are how many alphanumeric numbers are there? Capital W is number 1, capital C is number 2, 54 is number 3, capital M is number 4, 3 number 3 is number 5, capital V is number 6, 17 is number 7. So 7 digit alphanumeric method is adopted for designating the any grinding wheel. Here in our example, capital W designates the manufacturer's symbol. Whoever is manufacturing the particular grinding wheel, his symbol will be there on the grinding wheel. That capital W indicates the manufacturer's symbol. After that, we will find capital C. It indicates the type of abrasive. Okay. Type of abrasive means whether it is a silicon carbide abrasive or aluminum oxide abrasive. Okay. And after that, we will find here I am saying about only silicon carbide abrasives, or C refers to silicon carbide abrasives. Okay. Some other letter refers to aluminum Al2O3, aluminum oxide abrasives. 54, number 54 refers to, it's a grain size. That means how much length the abrasive grain is having, that will be designated by a number which may be 54 or 50, like that. So usually it is in micrometers. Okay. After that, in our example, we will find capital M. This capital M indicates grade. That means grade of the abrasive. That means whether this abrasive grains are harder grade or softer grade. So M indicates the grade. So naturally, so it is a harder grade. So next, after that we will find a number, that is 3. 3 denotes for the structure. So the structure of the grinding wheel is the structure of the grinding wheel is denoted by a number, a digit. If it is a 3, we can say that the structure is a dense structure. That means abrasive grains are bonded each other very tightly. That means lakhs of abrasive grains are there over the circumference of the surface. So like this, number 3 indicates the structure of the grinding wheel. If 3 is there, obviously it is a dense structure. Means thick in structure. After that, you will find in the designation of a grinding wheel, you will find after that capital V. V refers to the type of bond. V is type of bond, that is a vitrified bond. Okay. Then last one is 17. So 17 is an optional. 17 is an optional. So that is nothing but the what we can say, the 17 is an optional number given by the manufacturer. It may be 17 or 20. It doesn't have any meaning. Okay. So 17 is the last number. So like this, the grinding wheel will be designated by the alphanumeric method. Okay. So this is all about the how a grinding wheel will be designated. What is the need to study for the grinding wheel to be designated? Why? Because in industry we require so many types of machining processes or finishing processes for which various types of grinding wheels are required. So in that case, mostly we will go for the purchasing of the grinding wheel in the market. So therefore what will happen, in order to purchase the grinding wheel we should know the designation of the grinding wheel, whether it will match our requirement or not. Okay. After buying the grinding wheel, if it doesn't match our requirement, what will happen? Automatically the cost, the expenditure will go in vain. Will go in vain. Okay. So like this, so many grinding wheels are being purchased based on the designation of the grinding wheel. So grinding wheel is being designated with a alphanumeric method. So this is the only source for purchasing the grinding wheels in the market. Okay. So this is all about the grinding, a brief explanation about the grinding. Okay. So with this you can conclude, but before going giving a conclusion note, I would also add a few lines about grinding. Grinding is a conventional machining process. It is a very old what we can say, this particular machining process has been coming since 100-200 years, but it has its own significance. So in some of the areas or in some of the objects where other machine tools cannot fit for removing the material, then grinding process will come into picture. Thereby there is only one option called grinding. Except this, no other machine tool is suitable for particular type of objects. Okay. Generally grinding is suitable for small components. Okay. Small and precise components. Okay. So I will tell you some of the examples. You take some, what we can say, in our watch, hand wristwatch, some needle is there, some this wheel is there for holding the needles in the wristwatch. Okay, some needle is there, some wheel is there for holding the needles in the wristwatch. This particular need, this what is this particular wheel is being machined only with the help of grinding, sophisticated grinding wheel. So other, in this case, other machine tools will not serve the purpose. Okay. So like this, only small components can be ground with the help of grinding processes. Okay. So this is all about the grinding and its processes, how the working principle is there, how the grinding is a finishing process, and how the abrasive grains are being closely held with the help of suitable bonds, and also the purpose of grinding, and various in detail study of abrasives and types of abrasives, artificial and natural abrasives, and finally designating the grinding wheel. So grinding wheel will be designated by a alphanumeric method. I also told you one example. There will be English alphabets and numbers. Both combinations are there for designating a particular grinding wheel. What is the need to go for this designation also I explained. So why? Because in order to purchase a particular grinding wheel as per the requirement of the workpiece, with the help of this designation only we can purchase. So if a grinding wheel doesn't have any designation, obviously what will happen, it will what you can say, obviously after purchasing the grinding wheel, obviously the grinding wheel will not be suitable for the required component without having the designated grinding method. Okay. So this is all about the grinding and grinding process. And also I would like to add some more words in this lesson regarding grinding. Okay. Grinding, you will find in the end examination some short answer questions, maybe for 3 marks, and also essay type questions. Okay, maybe 5 marks questions. Short answer 1 mark question, medium answer questions 3 marks questions, essay type questions are for 5 marks questions. So in the short answer questions, some of the questions I will give you straight away questions. These are the straight away questions. What is grinding? Or they may ask define grinding. So like this. Second is, what is abrasive? Or what do you understand by the term abrasive? Like this they can ask. So these are the direct questions. Okay, these are the direct questions. which you can directly read from the book and put it on the answer script. And some more direct questions are: is grinding a finishing process? Comment. Question will be like this: is grinding a finishing process? Full stop పెట్టి కామెంట్ అని అంటాడు. So in other words, you have to say that yes, definitely the grinding is a finishing process. Okay. Why it will remove? Why? Because it will remove only small quantities of material only. Okay, that's all about the grinding. Some of the questions will be like this: how the abrasive grains will be held with each other? How the abrasive grains will be held with each other? This may also be asked. This may also be asked as a short answer question. In other words, in which way abrasive grains are being held with each other? So for this question, you have to answer like this: abrasive grains are held with a suitable bond like vitrified bond or shellac bond or resinide bond. Like this you have to answer, because it will carry only 1 mark. You have to write the answer in a one sentence. Okay, and few more short answer questions in grinding that will frequently appear in the end examination are: name any two of the natural abrasives. Name any two of the natural abrasives. So this is a direct question from the textbook. Straight away you can answer. So like diamond is a natural abrasive, corundum is a natural abrasive. These two you can write. Or emery paper is a natural abrasive, sandstone, or another two you can write. So question is: name any two natural abrasives అంటాడు. So another question may be like this: what are the artificial abrasives? So then you have to write. It is also a straight question. In that case you have to write artificial abrasives are silicon carbide and aluminum oxide. Silicon carbide is designated by Si capital C. Aluminum oxide is designated by Al2O3. So like this, various questions, small answer questions will be asked. You should be prepared in such a way that whether the question comes from straight manner or the same question will be tilted and asked in a different manner. Irrespective of the way of the question asked, you have to answer the question. When you will be able to answer the particular question, if you are thorough the subject, if you are confident about the fundamentals of the grinding, then you will be able to answer those type of questions. Okay, whether the questions are asked, whether the questions are asked straight away from the textbook, or it will be asked in a reversed manner. Okay, so irrespective of the way of asking the question, you have to write the answer. If you are very well acquainted with the subject called grinding. So one more question that will be frequently appearing in this chapter called grinding is, this will appear for 3 marks question or 5 marks question. Explain the working principle of grinding. Most probably many times this has appeared in 3 marks question. Explain the working principle of grinding. This also we have discussed in detail, the working principle of grinding. Okay, so again in 3 marks question there are another questions like how the grinding wheel is being designated. How the grinding wheel is being designated. Then you have to write down the grinding wheel has been designated by the alphanumeric method as below. Example, you have to write down capital W, capital C, 54, capital M, number 3, capital V, and 70. So there will be seven digits, total 7, including English letters, English alphabets, and digits. Okay, English alphabets are 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 English alphabets are there. 3 digits are there. Okay, digits means digits may be a single digit or double digit. Okay, totally there are 7 alphanumeric methods. Alphanumeric method consists of 7 symbols. Okay, so you have to write down that example also, and you also have to explain each letter designates what, or each digit designates what. In our example, capital W designates the manufacturer's symbol. Capital C designates type of abrasive. So type of abrasives, that type of abrasive, especially if you write capital C, it is a silicon carbide. Why? Because the chemical formula of silicon carbide is SiC, capital C is there, so silicon carbide. Again 54 is a number is there. So 54 number indicates what? Grain size. Grain size. So how much length the grain is there? How much length the grain of a particular abrasive is there? That will be designated. And when it comes to another alphabet, capital M, that is will refer to the designates grade of the abrasive grains, whether the abrasive grains are softer or harder. Okay, M indicates harder grade. After that digit is there, number 3. This will indicate the structure. So structure of the grinding wheel. So structure of the abrasive grains. Number 3 obviously indicates the particular dense structure. Okay. Number 3 obviously indicates the dense structure. After that we will be having the another English alphabet, that is capital V. Capital V represents the type of bond. Here V denotes vitrified bond. So after that you will find a number, that is 17. So this is also a manufacturer side number that will be given for their record. Okay. So 17 is a for record keeping number. So in this way you have to write, explain all the digits and alphabets that are available in the designation of a particular grinding wheel. Okay. So in this way a grinding wheel is being designated. Like that you have to write the answer. Okay. So this is all about the designation of the grinding wheel. So with this I conclude the chapter called grinding, and in coming classes I will give you some more short answer questions which will carry 1 mark for each question, and some more medium answer questions which will carry 3 marks for each question, and another more questions, essay type questions, which will carry 5 marks for each question. Okay. It's all about the grinding chapter. So you should be in such a way that your mind should be in such a way that whatever the question that will be asked from the grinding chapter, or our subject is there, advanced manufacturing engineering, whatever the chapter that may be, because we are discussing about grinding, whatever the question that will be asked from the grinding, irrespective of the question, irrespective of the way of the question, you should be in a position that you are in a position that you have to answer it very clearly without any confusion. So you have to prepare it in such a way. Okay. So with this I am closing today's session. Okay. Thank you. Also, I instruct you while listening a video lecture, it is better to go through textbook for once, and then you go through the video lecture for better understanding of the what is called any topic, maybe grinding or in details of topics of grinding. So whatever the topic you will take, you have to follow this method. Okay.